I'm Gene Simmons, and I wear more makeup and higher heels than your mommy does. I want the best, and I'm gonna get the best. Because I'm the teacher. Class is in session.
Last week, the band went on a disastrous tour.
I'm in trouble. This band can barely play. If that doesn't make my life a living hell, I don't know what does.
Hold up! Hold up!
And little Chris blew his chance to impress Gene.
The guitars are out of tune and he can't remember anything of where he is.
He thinks basically that I'm crap. He thinks I'm crap, and I don't think I'm going to get to play again.
But now, after weeks of pushing themselves to the limit, with fighting and tears, the time has come for their ultimate challenge.
We're all going to California!
The class battle it out to be in the final lineup.
I did like Chris until he started getting so big-headed and thinks he's the best.
I'd love to be the lead singer. That's what I live for.
I'm not in the band, I will cry my fucking eyes out.
But will Gene and the band be able to keep it together to play in front of 20,000 rock fans in LA?
He called me a fat, butch lesbian. Should we just sort it out, Elliot?
You guys better fucking straighten up. You're acting like big babies, and I will not have one fucking moment of it.
God, I'm good.
Gene Simmons has only a few days left before the band is booked to perform their final and most daunting gig. But as they are totally unprepared, it's dawning on Gene that he might spectacularly fail in front of 20,000 people. With the clock ticking, Gene is feeling the strain.
Oh my God, they can't even get through one song. Worse, it's not even the band that's going to wind up being the band. We're starting from scratch.
Gene's two choices for vocals are both failing to impress.
Stop. Sit down. Next singer. You want to be up on that stage, you must learn the songs.
Chris can't sing and play guitar, or hasn't made the effort. I've got Ellie, who's afraid to say her own name, much less yell it out.
The even bigger worry for Gene is the drums, as the beat holds the performance together. But the two possible drummers have problems.
Don't stop! You can't make a mistake. It doesn't matter what pattern you play. When you stop, we die.
Sammy is going to have a big hurdle to overcome. The big hurdle is Sammy himself. And Lauren can't seem to play drums well enough. And even though visually she helps the band, musically she drags them down.
I think Mr. Simmons was exceptionally pissed off. He was just, he was immensely pissed off today.
I don't think we have a band yet.
I think he's just starting to get a bit scared about what's happening because I don't think everyone's ready. The pressure's on him to make this band, and if he doesn't do it, it's his reputation that's at stake.
God created the earth in 6 days, and on the seventh he rested. I'm good, but I'm not that good.
As is Gene's last day at school, he is taking morning assembly. He's hoping that Year 11 can benefit from his 30 years of experience in the rock business by hosting a Q&A about his life and times.
Is your hair a wig?
No, This is real hair, but it's all sprayed down. That's why it's all like that, yeah.
Do you like it in Lowestoft? Or is it crappy?
No. Don't you want to talk about yourselves? I'm more interested in what you want to do and where you want to go. Nobody wants to tell me anything? What do you want to do in life?
Serve fries.
The children of Lowestoft don't seem to have hope or aspirations. Nobody seems to think big.
In a bid to inspire the kids, Gene pulls a Kiss hit out of his arsenal of songs.
I need you to sing something like, I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. Who can sing that?
Gene is used to bringing the house down with this Kiss classic, but Year 11 weren't even born when it came out.
Sing. Don't want to? Who can do it? I need 3 people up here. Come on up. I need 3 people. Guys, girls, anybody.
There you go. One more. I need a girl. I need one lady.
Stay with me. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. Whoa! Yeah! That was great. Thank you very much.
With the band nowhere near ready, as an emergency measure, Gene arranges a last-minute gig.
Like really nerving to everyone, but it'll be alright,
To teach the class how to win an audience, he is getting them to play where there isn't one. Lowestoft High Street on a Tuesday morning.
The Beatles played on a rooftop. There was nobody on the street. It's about the spirit of rock and roll. It's about playing out there as if you're playing to the biggest audience on earth.
I think everyone's getting nervous and agitated and going...
The gig, inspired by the Beatles' famous 1969 rooftop performance on Savile Row, is the final chance to impress Gene. As Chris needs to put more work in, Ellie is given one more shot on vocals.
I ain't gonna let Chris take my job. I'm gonna try my hardest to keep it.
He knows that I can't sing and play at the same time, and he still says, right, you've got to learn it. I think he's just doing it to take the piss.
And Sammy's fighting spirit to be the drummer gets him a stay of execution.
I don't know how everyone else is feeling, but I hope they're feeling up to it, because we can't mess this up really. If I mess up, then I'll probably lose my job on the drums.
I want full performance all the way. Get back, let's go.
As an unsuspecting Lowestoft go about their morning shopping, the band take their places for a surprise performance, which has to pull in a crowd and win over Gene.
1, 2, here they are now!
The group's performance doesn't quite have the same draw as the Beatles. With the band unable to tempt people away from shopping, Gene steps in. The band is gradually starting to rock Lowestoft. But there's one audience member who's not so happy.
I love to practice, but what am I going to do? I keep practicing. I keep telling Gene I'm trying to practice. He says I've got no chance of being in the band.
But Gene's other choice for vocals is also struggling.
My biggest problem is that Ellie, by and large, doesn't have a rock star voice. She just doesn't have that kind of persona.
Spurred on by the threat of Lauren, Sammy plays a faultless set.
I could well keep doing that for ages. I thought it was really good.
That felt amazing.
I've proved to Mr. Simmons today that I can go the distance, I can do it, and hopefully he keeps me in the band.
A little too confident.
The band may have rocked their hometown, but with their final gig in a few days, Gene is running out of time.
For Lowestoft, they did fine. To be playing in front of 50 people may be a kick, and they feel victorious. But this is just crawling. They're going to have to learn to walk, and they will have to learn how to run, all without falling down.
In 48 hours, the band is due on stage in California to open for Anthrax and Judas Priest in front of 20,000 people.
Are you ready?
But Gene has yet to announce who will be in the final band lineup. After a month of intense rivalry and competition for a position, Gene summons the class to learn their fate.
I'd love to be the lead singer. It'll mean the world to me. It'll mean, I think that's what I live for.
Well, I think I deserve it because I've been the singer from the beginning.
I'm expecting Lauren to be drummer because I've been making too many mistakes.
I don't think Sammy does deserve it, as he's walked out a lot of the time and it's unfair on everyone else.
Feeling really nervous because I really want to be in the band. Everyone knows how much this means to me.
Competition is fierce up until the last minute, with Lewis making a late running for the bass.
Obviously I'm manager now, and that's pretty good. That's a pretty good position, but I want to be in the band as well. I really want this so much.
If I am not in the band, I will cry my fucking eyes out.
It's a tense moment for Gene, who has to make some tough decisions. As a place in the band means everything to his students, whatever he decides, he can't please everyone.
I'm going to change the lineup because my job is to make the best band I can, whether people like it or not. This is not a social club. This is forming a rock band. I want to talk about managers first. There will be 2 managers. I'm going to do something that may be popular, may not be popular, but I've got to make this change. Lewis, even though you were given this management position, you're not happy being manager. You consistently want to try to play bass. I'm leaving Rob right now as the lead manager of the band. And I want to try you, Jetta, assisting him.
Announcing the final lineup is a harsh process, and there are more casualties to come.
Let me tell you the big news. Who's going to be the drummer in the band?
Sammy has fought hard for a place on the drums, but his volatile temper makes him a liability. As a female drummer, Lauren gives the band an edge, but she doesn't know the songs as well.
You sat in for him, you did okay. Not great, I wanted great, but he flips out. Sammy, you're playing drums.
I'm just so excited and happy for myself. I'm really proud that I've actually got the chance to do it. Got to prove to my mum that I can do something with my life.
Jess, you're playing keyboards.
This is really like a dream come true for me. This is crazy. This doesn't feel real.
Samani's the most experienced guitarist in the class, but little Chris gives a grittier rock performance.
I need a guitar player. Samani, you're playing guitar.
Now I know that I'm guitarist in the band, I feel so relieved. I can just relax. I mean, I've still got to work to keep my place, but it feels so much better to know that Chris hasn't stolen it off me.
The chance of playing bass has given Lindsay ambition and drive, but Lewis is desperate to play.
You're playing bass. That grandma haircut's gotta go.
I'm well happy. I'm quite proud of myself for actually sticking to it and coming, and I'm so glad I did because now I'm going to be on stage.
Vocals is the most fiercely contested position and the toughest choice for Gene. Chris struggles playing the guitar and singing. But Ellie is not a natural rocker.
But I need a singer. Chris, you're singing lead.
My heart's beating wild fast. I'm so excited. I can't believe I'm on the band. Oh God, I can't believe it.
I'm just upset and quite annoyed now. And it's obvious that Chris isn't going to go wrong now because he's like giving him the chance to do it.
20,000 people. It's going to be amazing. I can't believe it.
I don't think Mr. Simmons chose me because I don't think that he thinks I can do it. And I know that I can.
Having worked hard to impress Jean, missing out on a place is a big blow.
It's nothing personal. You know that.
Yeah.
I'm proud that you care enough to give a shit. That's hitting you emotionally, that's good.
I'm really sorry.
Don't be sorry. I've been there, and I'm going to be there again, don't you worry. So, I want you to stick with me. I want you to stick with me.
Disappointed that Lewis has been taken off as manager, because when I saw him crying, that showed me how much it actually means to him.
Although there's disappointment, tomorrow Jean has an uplifting surprise in store, as he is yet to reveal where the final gig will be. To christen the new lineup, Jean arranges a surprise for the band, a performance for their families. As it's an audience of their relatives, it's the most important crowd they will play to.
Well, thank you all for coming. Here we are. Oh, that doesn't sound like a rock and roll crowd. I need some action. Let me hear it. No. I need to hear a rock and roll crowd.
Jean has one more change for the band. To go with the new lineup, he has a new name, inspired by his frontman.
Here they are, Hoax UK!
It's a proud moment for the parents, as it's the first time they've seen their children perform. And as the creator of the band, even Jean has a sense of pride.
When I first walked into the classroom, my pupils didn't care. I forced them to commit to something they care about, something they want to fight for.
I was so proud of her. I think she's done amazing, really amazing. Not in my wildest dreams could I imagine her playing that. As I say, she's really shocked me how well she has done.
Blew me away. Very, very impressed.
Very, very, very proud. We're proud and very elated, really. Yeah, absolutely.
Above all, it's a sentimental occasion for Sammy, as his mother, who he rarely sees, makes an unexpected appearance.
Wow. Never knew he could play the drums to start off with. But he's done excellent, absolutely brilliant. Well proud of him.
I thought my mum didn't think I could do anything in my life because I've been doing absolutely crap in school. And now I've started to make my mum believe that I can do something.
With the band lineup in place, all that remains is to tell them where they will be playing. But it's likely to be overwhelming news, as many of the class don't own a passport and have never been abroad.
I want your very best. You've got to work your butt off, because
we're all going to California! You're all coming to Beverly Hills, to my home, going to my swimming pool with the slides and everything.
Jesus Christ!
Come on, Rodeo Drive! L'ho visto in America, I've heard of it in Spain.
Rocking California!
The Year 11 music class have come a long way in 4 weeks, but their biggest journey is about to begin as they prepare to leave for LA.
Oh, it's amazing. It's just such a good feeling. It's like I can finally just like leave Lowestoft.
Nervous getting on the plane because I've heard of a lot of crashes.
Well, I've never been on a plane, so like I'm quite scared. Never been to America or abroad. We usually go to Scarborough on holiday, and like to like places like Haven and Butlins.
Exciting to get a passport for the first time. I've never actually even stayed in a hotel or something before. Never stayed away from my family before.
Finally, last day in merry old England. I can't wait for that concert. The proof is going to be right there in Long Beach in front of 20,000 people who could care less that these are troubled kids from Lowestoft. You're either going to deliver, you're either there to rock, or you should get off the stage and go home.
As the band touch down in sunny California, they're over 2,000 miles and a whole world away from Lowestoft. In less than 24 hours, they are due in stage in front of 20,000 screaming rockers at Long Beach Arena. The class kick off their LA experience in true rock star fashion, in a ride Gene would be proud of.
Oh my God! Look at the trees!
So you only see things like this on like movies or bloody PlayStation games. Compared to this, Lowestoft is like a shithole.
Oh wow, look at America, it's so nice.
Oh wow! Look at America, man! Look, there it is!
I thought there was hurricanes here, I did. I was expected to be sucked up by a twister.
For most of the class, the LA trip is a series of firsts. Many have never been outside the UK, travelled on a plane, or been in a hotel. And now they will be staying in 5-star luxury just round the corner from the exclusive Rodeo Drive.
Fucking hell! Oh my God!
Bloody hell.
Whoa! Look at the view!
It hasn't quite hit me yet that I'm actually here. I'm in Beverly Hills. I can't believe it.
Are we allowed to use the phone?
Wow,
Are we allowed?
so nice.
I was wondering if we could have some dancing girls and some cigars. Yeah, that'd be nice, yeah. Cuban cigars and champagne as well, please. But not to have Mr. Gene Simmons.
The spoils of fame will have to wait, as Gene's planned a rock history field trip. To inspire the class to greatness, he has taken them to the renowned LA Guitar Center.
Let's go see if Hendrix's guitar is here.
It's a rocker's mecca, with memorabilia belonging to some of the world's greatest musicians, as well as Kiss. After weeks of rock school, it doesn't seem that Ellie is going to graduate with honours.
Who? Jimi Hendrix?
Never heard of it.
You have? Don't know. I have. You cannot have not heard of Jimi Hendrix.
She'd never heard of Jimi Hendrix. Lowestoft. Have you heard of Eric Clapton? Where do they keep you locked up? Eddie Van Halen's actual guitar from Van Halen.
Wow.
And whose guitar is this?
Yours.
No, that's Kurt Cobain's from Nirvana.
Oh, the guitars are lovely. It's just every guitar you'd ever want in one store. To hold Kurt Cobain's guitar and to play it, that's huge, because everyone knows who he is.
The initial excitement is soon overshadowed as thoughts turn to the final gig.
This gig means the world to me. Means that it could change my life forever.
It hasn't hit me yet that I'm in LA. I'm about to play a gig in front of 20,000 people. I don't think it's going to hit me till I get up on stage.
I'm quite nervous about the gig because it's what we've been all leading up for, all the work we've done.
I just hope we're not going to be shit because I don't want Gene to be let down because I actually like him. I'm well scared.
And they could never tear us apart.
As the band is going to need all the help they can get, Gene has brought in a professional stylist. But the American punk look is no substitute for Lowestoft chic.
Oh, that is minging.
Can I put you in this with a
Just
tank?
that?
No, well, with the tank top on top.
That looks cool, Sammy.
How gay is that?
No.
Oh no, I feel like a right dickhead.
Look at these. I look like fucking Robin Hood.
For Christian Jess, the new grungy look, complete with fishnet tights, is a revelation.
I feel great in this. Really, actually do.
But the band makeover is stirring up resentment with those not in the group.
They look so lame. I look better than them and I'm wearing my pyjama top. Sammy just looks fake, because he is fake.
I didn't even look at myself in the mirror. I didn't need to. Just the thought of wearing them killed me. So if they put me in them clothes, I'm gonna go downhill.
After 4 long weeks, it's the band's day of reckoning. The final gig is only a few hours away, but the stress is creating tensions in the class.
I'm nervous about the band having an argument and everyone going on stage with, like, so much conflict between everyone. Everyone's just feeling really uncomfortable.
But Samani's fears have already come true. Whilst everyone's supposed to be getting ready to leave for the gig, resentment between Chris and Ellie has boiled over into a bitter row.
Like every single person come up to her and said, I've been calling her a slut and a slapper, and I have never said anything. I never scooped down to that level.
Can't believe you called you a butch lesbian.
I just said, I'd shut up, yeah, I'm gonna physically knock you out.
Chris?
Don't say nothing, Sammy. Everyone stop arguing.
Everyone stop arguing, stop.
Events take a worrying turn as volatile Sammy wades in. A storm out of this late stage could derail their show.
Have fun. Let's just let Chris throw insults at everyone. That's a good idea.
But what? Chris did throw insults at everyone.
Bullshit.
Let's just leave it all out.
What? You're being so nasty.
If you don't care about the concert today, you don't care about the band, so bugger off, basically.
I'm not being horrible, I'm just...
You're just, like, trying to feel it.
Sammy,
Send you out. Right, it's time to go.
With Gene en route, manager Rob attempts to save the situation before he arrives.
Sammy's walked out and Mr. Simmons has always said if he throws a wobbly and at the end of the day, Lauren's going to take his place because he's not irreplaceable.
Rob's efforts are in vain as Gene walks right into the middle of the storm.
Will you piss off now?
What did you call her?
He said I cry for sympathy.
Oh, and this is... You come up with things... Because you blatantly said it. Lauren was even in the room when you said it.
Okay. Say everything.
What did you say to her?
I don't know. She called me a fat, butch, fucking lesbian.
She didn't say that.
Can I please hear what's...
Call me a fat, butch lesbian, and I'm not allowed to say nothing to him.
That was only a joke, Shmona.
Did you say that?
Hang on, this morning we were on total friend terms.
What about the bit about crying for sympathy? What about that bit?
Yeah, but that was when you threatened to punch me in the... That's when you threatened to punch me in the eye. And
he thinks that I cry for sympathy.
Ellie,
He said, like,
when both sides of the story. You're saying that I walked in your room, Ellie, you're a butch
Chris,
lesbian.
listen,
Next
if
time I
I'm
walk into your room and I
you-
say, you cry for sympathy, walk out.
Listen, Chris,
then I
if-
come in and
if I've
say,
been told,
hang
Chris,
on, you're going to be
I
rubbish in the
can't
band, right?
We need to have a few words. Tell you what, it's got to be a make it or break it kind of a speech, okay? These little midgets actually think they're Elvis come back to life. I'm going to have to do what a doctor sometimes has to do. I'm going to drill them a new asshole, and that's going to happen right away. My God, you're nobody. Nobody cares who you are. You're 15 years old from Lowestoft. Are you out of your minds? You're acting like big babies, and I will not have one fucking moment of it. Do we understand each other? I am so sick and tired of your shit. You're ungrateful, apathetic, you don't give a shit, and you're acting against each other. I will have none of it. It's fucking pathetic. You guys better fucking straighten up. I could give a shit about whether you're happy or not, who's at fault, who's not. You're either going to figure out how to live together, and work this out, or I'll pull the plug. I don't need you. You need me. Are we clear on that?
Yeah.
These little pricks. Last week they were in the middle of God's asshole, someplace called Lowenbauer or Lowestoft. Now they're in Beverly Hills with perfect weather in the biggest limo they've ever seen, on their way to play it to 20,000 people, and they're arguing about whose nose hair is longer or who forgot to fart at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm ready to snuff out some lives. I've had it.
After the confrontation, the band are now 2 hours late for the sound check and will have little time to prepare. Gene can't afford for anything else to go wrong.
As of now, there's no guarantee you're playing tonight, period. You guys have to figure it out, and really soon.
I apologise for shooting my mouth off, and I'm sorry for my immaturity towards other people.
I'm sorry to everyone who I've had arguments with, who have been involved, who haven't been involved.
Apology accepted.
How do I put this? I bent over backwards for you guys. I want you at least to give me half that. If you give me half, just half of what I think you can give me, you'll be great.
Their performance needs to be great. 2 weeks ago, they struggled playing to a handful of OAPs in the Lowestoft Bowls Club. But tonight, they will be performing to a packed Long Beach arena, where U2 and Queen have played.
It's absolutely phenomenal. It's like nothing I've seen before in my life.
Microphone's not working on the keyboards.
There's just time for a quick sound check, whilst the management team handle the important issue of the dressing room rider.
Water, Coke and orange, or Fanta, okay?
We want some M&Ms.
M&Ms. We don't want any blue ones in there.
Nah, that's not going to happen. Can't just do blue M&Ms.
Have you got Jack Daniels?
No, that's not going to happen.
Just stop it, silly.
In the final minutes backstage, the band gets some words of wisdom from the group that they are opening for, heavy metal legends Judas Priest.
If you stick with it, maybe you'll get a show here at Long Beach Arena.
And from the Priest, all the best to you guys tonight. Have a great show. It's going to rock. Yeah. Okay, you guys, all the best.
Weird, but they're awesome.
Petrifying is absolutely scary. The crowd of fully grown American hardcore metal fans, a bit scary.
There's quite a lot of pressure on my shoulders as being the lead singer, and there's a lot to worry about because I only just learned how to play guitar and sing.
I'm very, very nervous. I'm not only nervous because they may not remember their chords or their words. I'm nervous whether or not they can actually come on like a well-oiled unit. One for all for one.
The Year 11 music class are due on stage in Long Beach Arena. 4 weeks ago, some of the band had never played an instrument, but now they face their ultimate test, opening for a double bill of Anthrax and Judas Priest, in front of 20,000 heavy metal fans. But will a song about getting out of Lowestoft strike a chord in LA?
You got to get up there and only do what you do. Forget about that you're wearing makeup or clothing or all that stuff. Don't be small, play big. Completely show off. You have to be outstanding. You know this stuff in your sleep.
All for one?
All for one! That's all I wanted to hear. Let's go out there and kick some ass.
I can't explain how I'm feeling now. When you're on a roller coaster and you're going down the hill, you feel a feeling in your stomach, and that's what it's like permanently.
Oh my God, my stomach's turning. My legs are like jelly. I reckon we are going to be fucking killed with that audience.
This gig means everything to me. This is what I could be doing for the rest of my life.
It's just really overwhelming because I don't want to like just blank out on stage.
After 4 weeks of hard work, it all comes down to this moment, and I'm grabbing my pants.
Oh, man.
Guitar, follow me. Guitar. Keyboards, come on. Keyboards, guitars, follow me.
Good job. You did it. You did it. You did it. You did it.
Amazing. I can't believe it. It's going to stay with me forever. I can't believe I just did it.
I'm feeling brilliant. Oh, we rocked.
Magnificent. Magnificent. And I want to tell you that what I saw on stage was a real rock band that rocked. Gave it. It was solid. As good an opening act as I've ever seen. You should be really proud.
Being up there in front of that many people is an amazing experience.
I'm just so pleased with myself that I actually got up there and did it. It's just great. Loved it.
They rocked. Thank God.
Before the class head back to Lowestoft, Gene invites them to his $15 million pad.
Follow me.
They may have learnt a lot over the last month, but they've lost none of their attitude.
Whoa. Someone loves himself.
That's $1,000.
This house is absolutely amazing. I love the room just dedicated to him, and as well, I got like a big old ego room.
For teenagers that were reluctant to learn, it's been a journey of discovery.
The point of rock school, I think, is just to show everyone that you can do it. You can make something out of nothing.
Main thing I've learnt is that before I had this experience, I thought that I was going to get nowhere in life, and now I know I can do something.
I'm desperate to get out of Lowestoft now, because now I've seen what's out here.
I think now I'm just going to care about more stuff, like school and stuff, and concentrate more on learning.
The biggest thing that's ever happened to me, because it's given me an insight to what I know I now definitely want to do for the rest of my life.
It's just been awesome. It just has. It's like one of the things that you know you're never going to do again.
I never dreamt that I'd be playing in front of 20,000 people. First California, now the world.
You just pick them up like this and you just go like this. Found myself desperately caring, not for the class and not for the rock band, but for the people, these young people who aren't getting a fair shake in life, who need someone to give them a chance. I wanted them to have the chance that someone gave me. Can I just tell you how proud I am of not the young people I met. I didn't like them. But the young people you've become, and you've really stepped up. You've really become somebody who anybody would be proud to know.
Good morning, Mr. Simmons. Thank you very much.
Good luck.
I think we're going to miss Gene, because he's taught us a lot, and we're never going to see him again. So it's going to be quite sad when we have to leave.
Mr. Simmons gave me more than one chance. I think he was a bit paternal. He's, influenced my life. Everyone appreciates what you've done.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Cheers for everything.
Thank you.
And by the way, when you got up on that stage, you rocked. Is being a rock star as rewarding as being a teacher? No. Being a teacher maybe is a thankless job, but these memories are going to stay with me for the rest of my life.
It's 3 months since rock school ended, and the class has seen big changes. The girls have formed an all-girl band and are busy writing their own songs.
I was feeling the cold, I was feeling the pain.
We're starting to record stuff and send it to companies to try and get signed and get really rich, like Gene Simmons, and be very arrogant and have a big house.
Nothing could stop me 'cause I'm on my way.
I'm really happy that I'm now the singer in the band. Learned a lot about myself, that I can get up and I can perform in front of people. I don't have to be scared. Now I know that I want to make it in the music career. I want to do it, and I'm desperate to do it. The future, I hope, is going to be successful and big.
I have got more ambition since rock school to do things that I want to do. Well, it makes me feel good that I'm playing in a band, because there's something for me to do instead of going out with my mates and getting drunk and stuff. I actually have something to do now.
And little Chris impressed record producers Ray Hedges and Nigel Butler so much that they are now working together.
We're recording a song called Checking It Out, and I love it. My life's been turned upside down. It's amazing, and now I'm in this recording studio in London. I can't believe it.
We've got a real artist in Chris, I think. He's a real character. It's an amazing chance for him.
It's just out of this world. I never thought it at all. I'm gobsmacked.
But the biggest difference has been for Sammy, for whom it's been a life-changing experience. After 9 years of living away from his mum, they are now back together.
Rock School has brought me and my mum closer to each other. It's really important to me that my mum and me are closer together, because I'm now actually having a better life.